And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is a Monday.
There's no Ann here.
Ann, your voice is really deep this morning.
You know,
what's going on?
I smoked a lot of unfiltered Camels over the weekend, and then I went scuba diving off the coast of St. Lucia in the Caribbean.
Oh, and you made it back on Monday, right?
Gulped down a jellyfish. You know what? Somebody on my Facebook feed, and good morning, Dan, and thank you for having me on Around the Table.
Nice bathing suit you have on today.
Well, I had to go get dressed real quick between shows.
These are for the people that are listening on the radio. Ann has got a deep voice today.
Yeah.
But
and somebody want me to put on a blonde wig and some lipstick? Now I would, but the weekend's over. I only cross dress on the weekends. I knew I'd shut you up today.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
So are we bantering? How are you? How was
I'm doing fine.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was fine. Yeah, I spent some time in doing some yard work, and
Yeah, me too.
I've got the septic tank guy coming out this morning.
Are you full of poop?
Yeah, he's going to see how much full of poop we all are. I guess.
Yeah.
You know. How often do you do that? Once a year or?
I have.
Oh, really?
I have done it once. Well, because we had a small tank and there was like 5 of us living there.
Oh, you have to do it quite a bit.
Well, I've had it pumped a couple times.
How do you know when to pump it?
When it starts bubbling like Texas tea, like black gold. You ever watch the Beverly Hillbillies? It looks like that.
Well,
man.
it's you start hearing growling in the ground.
Nice. And you know what? I just go back to sleep. Don't you put those? I put those little pods in there. Green pods.
I heard you can put yeast in there.
Yeah, bacteria. Right.
But I've heard Kelly researches everything, and she basically said that's no good. Well, that's not as good.
No, I put in the
little tablets.
Yeah, green. They're in a pack. They melt away. They're in a pod.
I wonder what they are.
They're in a pod. I don't know. I haven't opened it up and snorted any of it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how it smells. I just drop it in and hit the thing. And so I haven't. To your question, I haven't had any problems lately. But it's just me.
Well, we haven't had problems either. It's just
me and the dog.
It's just about time to probably come in there and check it out. You know, when I used to work at a gas station, we would check the levels of the fuel every night
with a stick,
with a big long stick. You know, that's what I used to do with the septic tank. I would put a stick down in there and.
Oh, you would not. You would not, because I am a gross freak, and I wouldn't even do that. All I gotta do is pop the top and kind of look down in. You could sound it like a well. Drop a rock in there and go 1, 2, 3, and then it just go boop. That's all I'll do. Boop.
If it splashes,
it's Monday morning and it's 2 guys and we're talking about septic tank.
Well, that's you asked me
about the weekend.
You asked me about my weekend, and that's what we. I had to find the trap. You know, there's trap doors on these things,
right?
And I have a concrete one, so it's got a concrete
top
plug.
Yeah.
Plug. It's like kind of like a cone. It fits in there, and you can't lose it. You can't lose it.
I dropped it.
Yeah. So I got my metal detector out, and I thought, well, I'll find, because it's got a little metal hook on the top of it. I'll find the metal. Mm-hmm. Well, logic tells me, let's see, if it's made out of concrete, they probably got rebar in this thing.
Oh, so
the whole thing's got metal in it.
Right. You did not put a little landmark?
I go by memory because I put the darn thing in. So
right.
it's like
over there.
Oh, right there. So I got out there and I dug, and I found it.
See, with mine, I just followed the big 4-6 inch pipe coming out of the side of my house, and then I just kind of followed that down a little bit till I found the lid.
Oh, is the lid in line with the pipe?
Yes, and I had to dig up the dirt and get to the lid. It's a process, and it's not fun. My hat's off to the guys that come out and do that.
Well, yeah, they charge one price for, pumping, but they charge an extra $100 if they have to find the lid or the plug.
Oh, because yeah.
Oh,
I had all mine open. You know what happened with me? I left the lid off.
Oh.
And sand got down in that. And I'm not gonna pump out a tank full of sand. Why not?
Okay. Well, you're pumping other stuff out of there. Why not pump the sand?
I agree, and if I'm paying for it, just keep it pumping.
Well, this banter has been brought to you by Stone Bank.
Oh, well, good. I didn't know he had a boatload of sponsors.
Yeah, we have Stone Bank for sponsor for the beginning of our show and at the end of our show.
Very nice.
We want to thank them for being a part of our show, and also If you want to spend a morning or afternoon at Runaway Mountain Coaster, I know they sponsor your show too, don't they?
And I've been talking about them. Yes,
Okay.
and I love roller coasters. Don't you?
Yeah, especially when you get to. This is a solo roller coaster, right?
Oh, it's that one. Yes, that
You
kind
get
of
in by yourself.
right. But yes, but the tickets are. What are they? Buy
Or
one
to
get
buy
one.
one get one free.
Yeah, and it's going on through the end of the month.
Yes.
it is spring break for around here.
Yeah, and I mentioned on the air last week that I said, if your spring break is early, I'm sure they'll cover it.
Yes,
They'll cover it.
it's all month long.
But this is Monday through Friday. This is to take advantage of the people meandering around that are on break.
Uh-huh.
That on the weekend they do other things,
Yes,
but during the week they kind of like
right, and they're
do
looking for
things like
stuff to
this.
do. Yeah.
So if you want to do that, it's buy one get one free. So you can take your friend and impress him and say, "I'll get it," and then you give him the free ticket,
How
or
know
you
it-
take the free ticket.
How do you know it's a him? How do you know if I'm?
Your other.
Okay, there you
your
go.
Other.
There you go. There you go.
It could be significant or insignificant
I
other.
just want to put a kid on there and send him up the hill and say, "Hang on, dude, you're on your own." Because who rides in a one-person coaster?
I know, nothing to grab a hold of.
No.
Nobody to dig your claws into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway.
But still, it's a great fun.
March 31st is the last day for that. This deal is open Monday through Friday. It's from 10 to noon, and then again from 3 to 5.
See,
so
so-
check that out. RunawayBranson.com/spring break.
So
Check it out.
it's 10 to noon. So you go have
to noon.
breakfast. You run the coaster. You throw up.
No, you don't.
You go have lunch. It's go on the afternoon run. You throw up your lunch.
No, you don't.
And go back and eat somewhere in Branson. I'm just kidding. I've seen that coaster up there, and it looks kind of cool. But I don't know if I'm a solo coaster rider. I got to have people.
Oh yeah.
I have to have people.
You have to have an audience, or
No, I don't have to have an audience for that. No,
Okay.
I'm kind of quiet when I.
are you a puker?
No, I just hunker down and look out of one eye.
Oh,
But it's incredibly.
it'd be fun.
It is. It's incredibly fun.
Yeah. Well, now we need to talk about the weather.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
Dan.
no, it's beautiful. It's mostly sunny today, high 73. Overnight low 51. Sunny tomorrow, high 77. It's going to be gusty this time of year. Winds are going to be a little gusty. Kite season. It is.
Funny you say that. I might be going out to fly some kites here soon.
Really?
Seriously.
Really?
Yeah. I was asked that question.
Have you ever made your own kite?
Yes, made my own, put
Yeah.
a tail on it, flew
Yeah,
on
put
at
a
the
tail.
beach. Yeah. Box kites, whatever.
I never had a
Yeah.
box
A
kite.
big Japanese koi fish.
I had a globe. I had a globe kite once. A round one,
Yeah, how'd that
not a
work?
box, but
Did it work out okay?
it didn't work at all.
Of course not, because you didn't have a big enough tail.
Tuesday, high 77 with a low overnight low for 48. And then Wednesday, high is going to be around 73. Thursday, looks like a chance of showers going to move into the air, but 20% chance of showers. Overnight low for Thursday night will be 58. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday looks like a little bit of rain going to be in the forecast for Friday. Friday night looks like there may be some thunderstorms, chance of thunderstorms with a 40% chance of showers. And then Saturday, 50% chance of showers continue into Saturday night. And then Sunday, 40% chance of showers, and the highs are going to be around 70s, upper 70s.
We need a little rain. We need a little rain, and everything's turning green. So let's get some water. Let's get some God water on there.
Right.
And do all that, because I'm planting plants.
All right,
and
what are you planning this year?
I'm going to put some grasses. I'm doing a planter in front of my porch,
Okay.
and I'm going to put some grasses and some colorful stuff. I don't know exactly the names, but I've got it all prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all prepared, ready to go. So,
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. Are you a houseplant person?
I have. I got them from my friend Terry. He lives in Nixa. I've known him since 9th grade.
Yeah.
He's my best friend. Yeah, he gave me 4.
For inside plants?
Yeah, and I've only killed 1. Then he replaced that with another one. So, yeah, I've got like 5 indoor plants.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
you're-
cool.
And you water them, and they survive. They thrive.
I'm not a horticulturist like my friend Terry. He's got like 75 plants everywhere, and he sprays them. And he
Yeah.
right. Well, I just go through them and go, huh? You're dry, huh? You're wet. Pull a leaf here. I am not a good plant person, but I'm trying.
Yeah, but you don't talk to them very much.
Oh, I talk to him and I
Oh.
play rock and roll.
Oh.
I talk to him. Of course I do.
I think classical music is supposed to make them grow better.
Whatever, they can die then.
I'm not going to go to that.
Nope.
Go to classics. Well, we do on this show. We do what's called a topic to ponder.
Oh, I see those and the remarks.
And the remarks get they go way down a rabbit hole sometimes, which is fine. I think that's good. I think, if you want to pontificate a topic long enough, you'll come up with something that,
A viable answer.
some kind of viable answer.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to do our topic to ponder.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Well, since Ann is on vacation,
Right.
I decided that I would kind of delve into the topic of vacation. And the first question for today, Monday's question, is tell us about a hidden gem destination that you've experienced that is not a typical tourist destination.
I just read this, and I don't have an answer for you right off the top of my
Kelly
head.
didn't have an answer either.
Yeah. So I don't know. A hidden gem. That's not typical.
Oh, is there any hidden gems here in this area?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of hiking. I like to hike, and there's a lot of hiking trails in this area that when I mention some, people not from this area will say, well, where is that? Or even people from this area, they'll say, where is that? Mm-hmm. Like the Bowen Gulf. Do you know where the Bowen Gulf is?
No, how about Low Gap? You know where that's
I know
at?
where
Yeah,
Low Gap
everybody
is.
does. But
Yeah.
I don't know of you could almost go anywhere around here and be amazed.
Yeah. Personally, if I travel,
Uh-huh.
I don't like to go to where all the tourists are.
No.
I like to go to the little town outside of the area and just stay there and get to know the people in that area. That kind of thing.
Local restaurant,
Yeah.
shopping. Yes, yes.
Yeah. People go to Eureka Springs here, but they could come to Harris, and it's a little quaint town that you could find some kind of gratification to come here.
And there's a lot of places south of us too.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Pinnacle Mountain down there.
Pinnacle Mountain,
Yeah.
State Park.
Yeah, Mount Nebo.
Yeah,
Hot Springs. There's a lot of places.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole state is packed.
it is packed full of stuff. Yeah, you could shoot a movie here, and you could have the big city background or the small quaint. There's even I forgot the name of the place, but it's up around Lakeview. It's a western town. It's an old pioneer town that you can go. It's next to a cave up there.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about it till a few years ago. But it's 1860 something, I think, is what it's called. Look it up.
Yeah, I will.
But it's a place where you can go. You go into the cave, and you can also go through this village. It's a throwback to the western era.
We went out to Rush,
Yeah.
south of Yellville.
Yeah.
Cruised around there,
Yeah.
and the river's right there. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, Rush is an old ghost town.
Yeah, it is.
It was zinc mines out there or something, some kind of.
mines they mined.
Mines,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was bubbling back in the day.
Yeah, well, go to our Facebook page and answer the question if you would like. It's called Tell Us About a Hidden Gem Destination That You've Experienced That Is Not a Typical Tourist Destination.
Any place that they all don't go.
Because I really would like to find out some hidden places that I might like to go.
We'll get. You know what? We'll check out the Facebook page and I'll follow up.
Okay.
Because you won't. I'll follow up for tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
If I'm going to be
I
here all
always
week,
follow
I
up.
might do a little something.
All right, I follow up. Okay, let's do some history. How about that?
Is it going to make my head
We're
hurt?
doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Military marches were played over nationwide radio shortly after a coup began against President Isabel Perón. Mrs. Perón was detained by the military last night.
Now, Ann usually starts these off. Do you want to do some of these, or you want me to do them all?
You want me to read it? All right.
Yes.
49 years ago today, Argentina's President Isabel Perón was overthrown in a military coup. Bob Trussell reporting there for CBS News from Buenos Aires. 76. I was in 9th grade.
I was alive back then.
Yeah, so
They're
was I.
going by a large glacier, and they ran aground. They lost approximately 140,000 barrels of crude oil, and that's just drifting in Prince William Sound now.
This was back in 1989, 36 years ago today. The nation's worst oil spill began when the supertanker Exxon Valdez had an accident in Alaska's Prince William Sound. Fulton Gregg spoke to the Coast Guard.
You know what? That's when Don Dishope became into prominence because they washed all the birds off.
Oh, that's right.
And
Don
waterfowl.
Dishope, yeah.
And Captain Ron was a captain of Exxon Valdez. That's probably why they crashed.
Yeah, he was drinking, was he not? I think
Captain
it was.
Ron.
Was he drinking? I think or-
Probably so. But yeah, that was an unfortunate accident.
Yeah.
Things like that are going to happen when we're moving crude oil everywhere.
Yeah,
and we're-
really.
And we're so reliant on it.
Yeah.
But they got that cleaned up, and yeah, they used Dawn soap.
Dawn soap, yeah.
That's how I learned.
Saved a lot of ducks.
I use it on myself when I'm all greasy.
The Exxon Valdez continues leaking oil into Prince William Sound, an estimated 11 million gallons so far, and still the cleanup has barely begun.
That's the same story.
Captain Joseph Hazelwood, $50,000 he was fined, and he had to help clean it up when you get out there with some bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they literally drop. No, they drop huge absorbent rolls.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
Of absorbency for that.
We have one of those hazmat teams here in Harrison.
Oh, I bet we do.
I think it's Block's Body Shop. They do. It's not them that. Well, it's the owners of Block's Body Shop. They have these big rolls that they put out in case there's something happens in some of the waterways and
Very nice.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Good deal.
Felt like firecrackers going off when these people started running at us and stuff, and they told us to run to the gym, and the people were shot.
27 years ago today, 2 students opened fire outside of Jonesboro, Arkansas Middle School. 4 children were killed and a teacher. And that was, let's see, they were outdoors after one of the shooters had pulled a fire alarm. Yeah. That was student Brittany Howell. She was an eyewitness to it. So how unfortunate back in 1998, right here in our state.
Right here.
Things happen, and they're unfortunate. There's a lot of evil in the world.
Always.
It scares you to death because, I mean, if it can happen here, you know it can happen anywhere.
You know, we never had, I never felt not safe in my school. Mm-hmm. We had drop drills for earthquakes, fire drills.
Yeah.
Now you got to have a shooter on campus drill.
Yeah, and you have to have metal detectors and the whole thing.
And that's really unfortunate how that has changed.
Yeah.
But
this was 27 years ago today. 2 students opened fire outside of Jonesboro, and that was the same story.
Yeah.
The plane went down in the hostile landscape of the French Alps. Trying to find the wreckage became the first priority.
This is
there was
number
never
7.
any real hope of finding survivors.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
10 years ago today, Germanwings Flight 9525 crashed in France, killing all 150 people on board. CBS News correspondent Mark Phillips was at the scene. Investigators later revealed the jetliner was deliberately downed by the 27-year-old co-pilot. Oh, I remember that. A history of depression and mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know, and how do you not catch that? Or
apparently it went under
the
radar.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes people just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. I've snapped and there's no turning back.
You know what? Take care of yourself. Don't take people with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. We have a music cut here. 20 years ago today, the official first aired in the Office first aired on NBC. It was based on the British original led by Ricky Gervais, and that was a theme song that we didn't get to hear because we get blocked if we have those.
I play a little of it anyway.
I get blocked every time.
I know. Hey, I'm not.
The algorithm is too good these days.
We're going to make this the voting issue. We're going to take this to every election, to every state and every city.
This was 7 years ago today. Hundreds of thousands of teenagers and their supporters rallied against gun violence in cities across the country. They were spurred on by a call to action from student survivors of the student shooting in Parkland, Florida, that left 17 people dead. The speaker addressed a crowd in Washington.
Dang.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Yep.
It's lasted a long time. We're glad it's over. It's 100% the way it should have been.
6 years ago today, Attorney General William Barr reported that Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation did not find evidence against President Trump's campaign. They conspired with Russia to influence the 2016 election. Of course, Mr. Trump was elated. Anytime he wins,
yeah, he's all
in a butt kicking contest. Yeah, he's happy.
He's got an ego.
Lord, you're ruining everything! Oh. He's trying to figure out why electrons behave as if they have no mass when traveling through a graphene sheet.
Have you ever watched this show? 52 years ago today, actor Jim Parsons was born. He was Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
And then 3 years ago today, Taylor Hawkins, drummer for the Foo Fighters, died at the age of 50 in a hotel in Bogota. Bogota.
Don't you know where?
Bogota.
Don't you know where
Bogota,
cocaine
Colombia.
comes from? Bogota, Colombia.
Well, you would probably know because it's written on the package when it arrives at your home. Bogota, Colombia, during the band's South American tour, and there was one of their hits called "Learn to Fly."
Too bad we can't hear that, and I'm not going to sing it. But great drummer gone
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters still playing. Oh, I think Taylor's son.
Oh, is he taking over?
Well, I don't know exactly,
Yeah.
but he has played with the Foo
Yeah,
Fighters.
like Joe Biden. No, yeah. Yep.
Well, you came looking for Buffy, then settled. You didn't want to bite me. I just happened to be around.
Oh. That was Allison Hannigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, 51 years ago she was born. How I Met Your Mother. That was a funny series, too. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I didn't watch that too much, did you?
Yeah, no.
There's just something about 18 years. 18 is a good number. And today I retire from pro football.
I think he was crying there.
Yeah, that's a birthday cut. That was Peyton Manning. He's 49 years old today, former NFL quarterback. He retired from the NFL in 2016 and was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame back in 2021, just a few years ago.
He's still on TV.
Yeah, he's still there. He didn't have to cry. He's still getting a paycheck. Don't worry.
Oh, I know. We got one
We
more.
located an individual we believe, based on detainee reporting, is bin Laden's courier. He's living in a house in Abbottabad, Pakistan.
That was from a movie because 48 years ago, Jessica Chastain was born, nominated for her Oscar in that movie, CIA operative Maya in Zero Dark 30. Did you see that?
Yes. It's a good movie.
Oh, well, that's good. I have not. I'm not a big movie watcher.
I like movies.
You do.
Hey, we're going to take a break, and we're going to have with us on the phone, we have Sage Hunter. She's an author, and we've been doing quite a bit of guerrilla-style fledgling authors from around the area.
Uh-huh.
And we've kind of taken that on to give them some exposure.
That's good.
And she will expose her voice to us in a few minutes, and I'll get her on the phone, and we'll talk to her in just a few minutes. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening and watching Around the Table with Dan and Ann with special guest host, The Beamer.
Thank you.
Stick with us.
novels out for me.
And what do you do with them?
Oh, I read them in the bathtub with candles, of course. Ask that.
Okay.
Ask that nice lady that comes in.
Which one's that?
She's always trying to. The lady from the library.
Okay.
She's always trying to get me to.
Do you really read those? You had me going for a second.
Wow, look, I'm a lot of things, but
I believed it up to the candles. And oh my gosh, no way. Hey, and Cap Jack is looking for some collectible military stuff.
They are?
Do you have any military memorabilia just laying around? We'd love to see it at their newly remodeled armory. If you're interested in, if you have posters, uniforms, medals, books, and more, they can accept those items on loan as well. Please email Callie.Monday, M-O-N-D-Y, at campjack.org.
They've been doing a lot of work over there.
They have.
Yeah.
I mean, they worked on that roof for, 3 or 4 weeks even. But they did it right.
Yeah.
They had like 10 people on that roof, and it's one of those dome roofs.
Yeah, it's like a half
and they
dome,
put on roll instead of shingles or whatever. They put on this roll stuff, and
I did that for 10 years.
You did that?
Yeah. I don't like to look at roofs like that. It's hot tar.
Hot tar roofs.
Yeah. Well, now they torch it down, but yeah, we did a lot of hot tar. 90-pound. Those rolls are 90 pounds each. So you got 15-pound. Then you got a hot tar on some 30-pound. Then you hot tar on some 90-pound.
So you understand the concept of
built-up roofing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have to scrape the old ones off every time you put a new roof on?
It depends. There's a limit. There's a limit.
How do you know? Do you have to dig down? And
oh yeah. You can tell. You can tell how many roofs are on there by the 15, 30, and 90-pound.
Wow.
15, 30, and I think you can only go 2.
And then you wonder why.
Because that's weight on the roof.
I was going to say, they wonder why some roofs just collapse.
They do because they keep putting stuff on it, and you
there,
can't. I always like someone else to tear that off because it's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But I like a nice and clean roof to re-roof.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that too.
Or I don't like to do it at all. That's even better. It looks good for my recliner.
Now, do you have a metal roof?
I do at my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's new. It's less than 5 years old.
That's good. It'll last longer than you.
Thanks.
You've heard about this boutique crawl?
Boutique.
Boutique.
Downtown.
Boutique. Yeah, it's the 3rd annual. It's going to be Saturday, March the 29th. That's this weekend.
Man, these dates are coming up quick.
And there's a lot of spots going to be down on the square, so check that out. That's
13. There's 13 places you can shop that are on here, and all you got to do is walk around with a little money and shop local on a Saturday.
And I think
Saturday.
I think you win some prizes if you
go to each place and
they stamp something or another. Yeah, so do that. And then the Boone County Master Gardeners will present their Launch Your Spring Garden, Grow Your Own Fruits and Vegetables. They're having a special on the 27th. It's Propagating and How to Get Free Plants. This is going to be at the Boone County Library from 5:30 to 6:30. And they do this each and every week. So check it out. And the following week, let's see, March, February.
Right here, container growing, buddy. Right here.
Oh.
March 27th. That's this Thursday.
That's what I just read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's it.
So you put the little seeds in the container, and you learn how to grow out a container, and you get fruits and vegetables, or you do like I do and go to the store.
Just go to the store and get the plants that are already growing.
There is some get the fruit and vegetables to eat. There is satisfaction. Yes, I just go to the store.
You don't like to grow things? I mean, you grow plants. Do you eat anything off the plants?
Oh yeah. Well, we used to have a gigantic garden with everything. Now it's just me. I go to the store. But there is I'm going to grow a few tomato plants this year. There is some satisfaction in going outside and nurturing something to grow. Right? It's almost like a relationship with your plant.
It is.
Hi, how are you today? You want me to spray?
You're looking healthy today.
Yeah. Do you want me to spray your leaves?
Would you like me to rip that leaf off your
right? You want me to pull the overgrowth?
Rip your leaf?
Yeah. The deadheads and whatever. What are we doing talking to plants? Anyway, there's some satisfaction in growing your own fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. Now you've been out to JJ's Barbecue and Buffalo Bar and Grill. Buffalo Barbecue. No, it's Buffalo Bar and Grill. Have you been out there? You've been out there many times.
JJ's Buffalo Bar and Grill. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there a couple times.
Well, they have trivia nights every Thursday.
Yes,
at 6 p.m. And they're going to have one that I'm thinking this weekend or this Thursday.
Okay, I need this because you know what? my paper still says American Legion trivia at the Elks.
Well, this is hosted by the Buffalo Bar and Grill.
I know, but it says the American Legion trivia night.
Okay.
So, I may need some clarification.
No, I think you're right. It's located at, no, it says location at JJ's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my paper underneath there says the Elks up north.
Well,
north
I think
of town.
they changed.
I think so, too.
I think the barbecue and all the stuff there made them want to change.
Oh, I'd go there and eat some brisket.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, and coming up April 26th is the Jeepin' for Casa.
Oh, yeah. Casa is a good organization.
They are. Mm-hmm. And if you got a Jeep or, and they'll take other vehicles. You don't have to have a Jeep. It's four-wheel drive type of thing. And it's kind of a half a day of driving the back roads of Arkansas here locally. It's not, you don't go that far away. But it's probably maybe a 50 or 60 mile trek through back
but that's
roads and
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. And you're not going 100 miles an hour. It's a cruise.
And I went last year. Kelly and I went, and they even did some four-wheeling up the side of a hill, and I partook in that too. So that was fun. But anyway, that's happening April 26th. Casa Jeepin' for Casa.
It's only $40.
Yeah, $40 to get involved. If you want to know more information, you can go send an email at info@casaofna.org, or you can give someone a call at 870-517-8432 for more info. And then the AARP Tax Aid free tax preparation drop-off service is happening still. It's at the temporary Camp Jack building, and it's at 114 South Spring Street. That's the old City Hall. Yes. And they have packets available. You can pick those up, and then you can take them home at your leisure and fill out what's needed. Services begin February 6th and probably will end before April 15th.
I went through them this year as I have.
Oh, you did?
For the last 15 or 20. And they do a great job. Now, you can fill out the paperwork. It's really a one sheet.
Yeah.
You could do it in your car and give the packet back if you want.
They will need a photo ID, though.
And your Social Security card.
And Social Security
I had to go back home.
Okay.
I had to go back home. So, but they do a great job, and I'm spending my tax return as we speak.
You're spending it already?
I've got things to buy, Dan.
Oh. Okay. Girly things?
I have things to buy, Dan.
Okay.
I want to get a chainsaw. I want a chainsaw.
You want a chainsaw?
I don't want frilly things.
Yeah.
I want a chainsaw.
Gosh. Okay. With that said, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll have more. This part of the show is brought to you by Stone Bank.
Oh, yes, Stone
Located
Bank.
right here in Harrison, Arkansas. Great place. I have an account there at the Stone Bank. I do.
There's a lot of money in it.
They won't let you go in and look at the money. You can smell the money. They open the vault and say, "Take a whiff."
I would do that. You know me. I'm all about the smell.
Oh, my gosh. All right. More antics and craziness coming from the Beamer. Not from me, but from the Beamer. Stick around. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Sorry, Beamer.
I can't whistle anymore, but I do like that sweet Georgia Brown there. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are on a Monday.
Yep. That was Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I know they
theme
did
song.
that. Yes,
I love that.
It was.
It is. I went to see the Harlem Globetrotters in person.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not the same time.
Did you see Curly and
Meadowlark Lemon?
Yeah.
I went to the early team, and then I went to a later team. And
they weren't was the later team as good?
They're all great.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you can get on the Harlem Globetrotters if you suck.
I know, but the original team had character.
Oh yeah, Curly and Meadowlark.
Oh yeah,
and those are the main two. I don't remember the other one's name, but
yeah, it's amazing.
They
were amazing.
They were.
They were.
We shuffled a lot of papers. What are we doing?
We're talking about the rapper who wanted, who was wanted by the cops, after he called. They arrested him after he called to see why his face was on the news.
Right. They called him.
No, the rapper called the police station and said, "Why is my picture on the news?" He was totally oblivious to the crimes I guess he was involved in. Philly rapper known as Crowley G's.
Crowley G's. My real name is Haran de Jesus.
Yes. Has been taken into custody after posting a video to social media calling the police, asking why his face was on the news. Jesus was wanted in connection with a sexual assault case that occurred earlier in the month. At the time, cops considered him armed and dangerous. Of course, every rapper's armed and dangerous, aren't they?
No comment.
Okay. The news segment was requested for info on the potential suspect. Then the call with the cops started off kind of funny, but quickly got aggressive. We're not sure what his plan was. He didn't like it that he assaulted somebody and thought, well, I do this every day. Why should it be any different?
Because you're on the news now.
Now you're on the news.
Yeah, that changes everything.
The light shined into the shadow area. Tuberculosis is on the rise.
What?
It is on the rise. There's tuberculosis cases spiked to the highest levels in more than a dozen years. Move over measles. Tuberculosis is trending. More than 10,300 cases reported last year, the highest since 2011. Both number of cases and the rate of infections rose, according to the data and from the CDC. Outbreaks in several states have contributed to tuberculosis trends, including a recent one in Kansas City. In the Kansas area, the Kansas tuberculosis, or the TB rate, jumped 148% last year. Alaska and Hawaii continue to have the highest case rates. I wonder why it's that high up in Alaska.
I was going to make a summation, but I don't know. Why do they have the highest?
I don't know.
Area? I don't know.
I don't know. But maybe because you're indoors more. I don't know.
Not in Hawaii though.
Yeah.
I'm outside at the beach. No, I'm not.
You think because of the 49th and 50th state?
I don't think that.
They're last in line.
They're last in line. TB. You're down TB. You head north.
Oh boy. Are you an astronomy nerd? Do you like astronomy?
No, but I do look up at the sky in the morning when I leave because you can see the Big Dipper from my house. And the moon this morning was awesome. It was the shape of an outhouse door, which is a
crescent.
Crescent moon.
Yeah.
But
you know why they put that in there, don't you?
No.
The crescent on the outhouse?
No.
Just to let enough out, but no one can see in.
I love that. Okay, I always wondered. Thank you.
Well, there's a house listing for astronomers, but only astronomers need to apply. People with astronomy background need to apply. Everyone would live in your very own observatory. The property boasts a fully equipped observatory featured a 16-inch Meade telescope housed within a 10-foot rotating dome.
Wow.
For just more than $500,000, you can scoop up this sweet piece of space heaven in Big Bear Lake, California.
You ever been there?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's beautiful there. Been there a few times in my life.
you lived there for a while.
Right, yeah. So you just drive up the mountain. Big Bear,
Okay.
pretty.
So is it? I guess this place is on a hill.
Oh,
you almost
yes,
have to have
it's a mountain.
observatory on
Yep.
a hill. It's not lakefront property, but the view is pretty, and it comes with its own ham radio. Wow, that sold me right there.
Well, that way you can communicate.
Yeah.
With a ham radio. Just don't try to eat it.
oh, yeah,
I know it sounds
it's
stupid.
really funny.
I don't know who writes stuff like that. I usually cross it out and put in my own because it's sometimes funnier.
They're all pretty nerdy. Let's see. Beef stick recall.
Do you eat those?
No, I don't.
It's like eating.
What was the one with the WWE wrestler? He promoted those.
I don't know, Slim Jims? No.
Yeah,
What's he got,
bite
Slim
into a
Jims?
Slim Jim.
It's like biting into hard grease.
Yeah.
I don't know how people eat them. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Anyway, Chomps is the brand, and the manufacturer recalled nearly 30,000 ready-to-eat beef sticks after customers reported metal in the product, which is giving a little extra minerals, right?
Well, because it's, yeah.
Yeah. Has iron.
They need the iron. I can't believe they have metal.
Idaho Smokehouse Partners notified the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Services that they received 2 complaints from customers reporting pieces of metal in their Chomp sticks. The voluntary recall is for stores in California and Illinois. It's been expanded to include Chomp's original turkey sticks to ensure that that any possible products packages during that time frame was removed.
You know, when you use manufacturing equipment for food,
yeah,
you're going to get metal shavings. You're going to get pieces that break. You're going to get sometimes the food product is going to get compromised.
Yeah.
And
then on the other hand, you think, well, there's only 2 people that complained about it. Was it some guy and his neighbor wanting to, sue the company? Or you never know.
Right. And did they, I'm sure with metal they pulled everything. Did they inspect it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people can say stuff like that anymore.
People do whatever they do. If they can think it, they will do it.
Exactly. So I'm not a big beef stick muncher.
Yeah. You like jerky?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, kind of.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
But it's not like hard grease. I mean, I don't hard grease with a casing.
Yeah.
Hi, would you like some hard,
Yeah,
cold grease with a
You wonder
casing?
what that casing's made out of.
I don't know, but you can chew a Slim
I
Jim all
know.
day. It's like, I'm not. You can tell I'm not a big fan. If you like them, that is totally fine. I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
I'm just not going
to. Yeah.
I'm not going to the cash register with my Coke Zero Vanilla and buying me a
you're one of those.
Oh, hey. I'm one of those.
Oh, I'm not judging you, but,
Oh, whatever.
Ugh.
You just said that. I don't drink them all the time.
Yeah.
I just threw that out there. But I don't get a wad of grease for the ride home.
You could go to the stove and rake out some Crisco, right?
I'm more to buy an ice cream sandwich at the cash register than a Slim Jim. So.
All right. Well, we're going to take another break.
Great.
Before we do, we'll let you know that this segment's been brought to you by Stone Bank.
Oh, Stone Bank.
Right here in Harrison, Arkansas. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is a Monday here in the studio, and it's Dan and Beamer.
Oh, I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm glad you let everyone in the place know about it.
I did not go after my show.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well,
you don't have to apologize. It's just one of those things.
We can always just go. We could go off the air, have dead air for however long it takes you, I would assume.
I can do it in less than a song. I don't know what happened this time.
I would assume that radio DJs learn how to do all that stuff.
Well, there's a back door right there.
Yeah. Anyway.
It all works. Anyway, what's going on?
Oh, let's see. Before we go today, you know what the best states to go off-grid are?
Colorado, Wyoming, Montana.
You missed it.
I didn't get close. Oregon, Arkansas.
No.
Off-grid. Kentucky.
The best state.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm not going to 25.
Sick of your neighborhoods and looking at you alone? Well, living off the land has never been more accessible to everyday people than today. And now we're here to help you. Want to know most substantially and realistic states to live in off the grid? Well, you're in luck. Iowa comes in as the best state for unplugged and disconnected, while Rhode Island is the worst.
I can see Rhode Island being the worst, but would you say Ohio?
No,
Iowa.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far north. I probably would have hit that statement.
You would have gotten around to it.
Oh, yeah, eventually.
You had 1 in 50.
You're right.
HomeGnome.com is ranking the best and more than 24 metrics in 5 main categories: infrastructure, safety, affordability, feasibility, and climate. Texas tops in the infrastructure category, while New Jersey is the worst for safety.
Interesting.
Well, I would think Arkansas would be. Arkansas's got fairly
You can
low
live off-grid here.
Yeah, you can. And there's a lot of people. You go, we have a tower up on Boat Mountain, and there's several homesteady type places.
Right, yeah.
You know, people out of town, they say, well, if I'm going to go homestead, I want the roughest land I can buy. So they buy a piece of land on the side of a hill, which, you know,
it's
not
rough.
not the best thing you can do. But
No.
Anyway. Also, milk spill. There's a truck that drops thousands of gallons of milk in Maryland.
That's just nasty. And you know what? It stinks after a while.
The milk does?
Yeah.
Well, it comes from inside of a living body. So it's got to stink. Yeah.
Well,
it ended up being a rancid mess is what they
See?
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no use crying about it over spilled milk, but you might want to work from home this week. It's part of your commute. A truckload of milk spilled all over Maryland's highway, and we're saying to get ready for a stinky smell to linger. 6,000 gallons spilled on the roadway into a nearby creek off I-695 in Townsend.
Wow.
If the smell doesn't bother you, expect some lane closures with some utterly ridiculous traffic.
All right, well, we're about done. It's National Cocktail Day, Chocolate Covered Raisin Day, National Cheesecake Day. And Trisha Yearwood gets her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Time.
Let's hope it's not in front of an adult bookstore, because that could happen. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys, have a great day.